you awesome friends? This is your pal, Edwards here speaking. I'm so honored to be here with you on this beautiful, I think today is Tuesday, the 27th of June. And I just want to say a big thank you for joining my lives. Now, firstly, if you're watching the recording of this, message me anytime and smash that like, share, and comment. And you know what? I love your work and I love LinkedIn. I just had to say a quick hello. And friends, as we're together, I shall be on my mobile phone keeping an eye of your comments. And that's one of the reasons why I love LinkedIn. One of the things I love about LinkedIn is I love how the lives appear right here. So I was going to say a big welcome. And I'm just so honored to have you with us. And look at it go. Look at it say. It says, you're now living on LinkedIn. Shirley Copper, I love you, Shirley Copper. And everyone connect with Shirley Copper. We've got Shirley Copper from Facebook. And anytime you get a LinkedIn, Shirley, please add me there as well. So this is streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Elon Musk's Twitter. And check that out. That's one of the reasons why I love LinkedIn. I think there's about a 15-second delay. There's my sort of guess, like 10 or 15-second delay from the moment I say something till it comes through. There you go. It's one of the reasons why I love LinkedIn. And we've got 19 of you winners online. Big thank you. If you just come in, just don't forget how awesome you are. And we're going to talk about LinkedIn. So you got your questions, put them in. And also, too, please smash that like, share, and comment and tell me where you are from. Because you know what? You people are amazing. And yes, my friends, I am looking on my phone now to see what you're all saying and what you're thinking. And of course, what are your questions? Because I want to hear your questions, because if you tell me your questions, I can give you something called answers, and that's what we're all about. So pardon me, I'm just still sharing it. That's what I do. I find I like to jump on LinkedIn. Oh my God, Jonesy King. Jonesy King, you are an amazingly powerful and brilliant lady. Jonesy, you know I love Jonesy. And who else have we got on? And pardon me if I missed some of your comments. Brenda Holder. Good seeing you, Brenda. And I got to say, I'm just so honored to have you winners with us. As I go through my phone, I share it into a few groups. And I just want to say how amazing you all are, because you are, and you need to understand that. Now, we're going to talk about using LinkedIn to attract high-value opportunities, and I'm going to share some of my ideas with you on how to make that happen. And they're not so much my ideas, it's what I actually do every day. I guess an idea is a thought that's untested, but something else is more harder. It's a fact. So I'm going to tell you the facts on how to use LinkedIn to attract high-value opportunities. Now, that might be for your business, could be for that. Or it like to get customers. It could be for your job. You could be trying to get promoted. Or I was actually speaking to a fantastic lady from Canada today, you know who you are, who's looking for venture capital funding. So whatever those opportunities are, I want you to fill in the blank. So I'm going to keep this one more industry general, because ultimately those opportunities you attract are very, very important. And I can see your comments, like, share, comment. If you just come in, you've got any questions, you let me know. And just also thank you. I've got my beautiful cup of coffee here. And I got to say, I love live streaming with you amazing people. LinkedIn Live, I tell you what, LinkedIn Live has the goods. And if you love LinkedIn, let me know in the comments. If anyone's from LinkedIn is watching, I love your work. You're working for a fine company. If I was ever an employee living my life over again, I'd be honored to be an employee for LinkedIn. And I say that very, 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 very lightly. I don't say it. Anyway, I say it very, as in I mean it. That's what I'm trying to say. I think I said the opposite. I don't mean that because I love your LinkedIn. Number one, my friends, have the best LinkedIn profile ever, because you're not going to attract anyone to you. And I was having this conversation with another client today, right? You got to have a really, really good LinkedIn profile. And I'll tell you exactly why. And this goes for Facebook and Insta too, for that matter, right? But here's the reason. You got to have a really, 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 really good LinkedIn profile, because for two important reasons. When you're making a new connection and people check you out for the first time, they're going to make an opinion of you very quickly. And quite often, if you're reaching out to someone or you want to connect with someone, especially of value, if you don't make the right first impression, they're gone. They won't connect with you. And here's the sad bit. You often don't get a second shot with these people. So if you try and reach out to someone and you make a bad impression, you just don't get a second shot with these people. They won't even connect with you, or quite often they'll connect with you, then disconnect from you, right? And sad, but that's how the world works, you know, so you can't blame people for that. Shirley Copper, I love your work. You've just come in. We've got 13, we've got about 15 people live right now. If you're one of those live people, don't forget how awesome I am. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, you pop them in the chat. Love to hear it, because I love LinkedIn and I love your work. But here's the thing, you've got to make a good first impression. The second thing is changing the viewpoints of people you have already connected to. And I know a lot of job seekers especially have this problem, right? is, hi, Ed, I need to reach out to new recruiters and people that can hire me. Got it. So I need to make a great first impression. Makes sense. And I need to attract those people as well. But the second thing is, what about your existing connections? Okay. And this is the problem that I had a few years ago. I had a lot of people that liked me, but they necessarily didn't, let's say, look up to me as some kind of leading expert or anything. And I've worked very hard to change that image. So your profile not only is great for new people, but it helps you change the image of those other people. Here's the next one. And feel free to look at my profile for a good example. This one, my friends. Put out content that will attract the person you want. I'll say it to you again. Put out content that will attract to you the person that you want. And this is where you sort of got to think on the other side, right? You got to think on the other side. What is going to attract the right people to you? And a good example is these LinkedIn Lives. Be it you're watching the recording or here live, big thank you. But that's why I've started all these LinkedIn Lives. These LinkedIn Lives do take quite a bit of work. Actually, not that much work because you just jump on. But it can take a bit of energy though. But one of the reasons why I love the LinkedIn Lives is that I use the LinkedIn Lives as a means of reaching out to you incredible people. And it also helps me attract the people I want, because I'll explain to you why. I use my LinkedIn Lives as an example. Oh my God, Ligia, great seeing you. We've got Ligia with us. Ligia, I love your work. Just come in, smash that like, share, comment, say hello. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, pop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. I just want to say a big thank you. But you got to put out content that will attract the person you want. And the reason why I love LinkedIn Lives is that it's not just me doing a quick tip or a quick video. It's actually a really big deep dive. This is a live webinar you're watching, right? And the beauty is that these deep dives do two things. Firstly, it gives people a better chance to know me. But secondly, it gives people a chance to really test my depth of knowledge, and it gives them confidence in the purchase. And I'm very well aware of that. So that's why I'm doing these LinkedIn Lives, because we've had quite a few new clients sign up from doing these LinkedIn Lives. And if you're one of them, I just want to say a big thank you and I love your work. But ultimately, you got to put yourself in the shoes of the person you're trying to speak to. Then you got to ask yourself, am I putting out what's going to attract them? And I find when you do that, you absolutely kick butt. As I say, big thank you, friends. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Oh my God, we've got about 20 of you winners live online between all the platforms. Big thank you. And thank you. If you're one of those 20 people, bless your amazing heart. And I've got Schneider Fernandez with us. Schneider, cool name, by the way, Schneider Fernandez. There you go. German and Latino. I think it's a great name. The other thing I was going to mention as well is please use my LinkedIn Lives, not only as an opportunity to learn from Edwards here, but also as a great opportunity to network. Feel free to say hello, drop in your website, because we appreciate you, and a big welcome. And sip to you. And can I be honest with you at the moment? I'm actually really, really tired. So, it's very cold in Sydney right now. And I just think all the cold days are stacked up for me. I even had trouble. I'm aching today. I had trouble getting out of bed. But here's the big thing. My love for you warms my heart and keeps me going. That's why I love it. And Shirley Copper makes a good point. Shirley Copper, you are an amazing lady. Pity we don't live in the same city, because I'd love to meet up for coffee. It also gets people to contact other people. Yes, it gets people engaged. It gets your whole community built around you. It's important. So I always say this, put yourself in the shoes of your customers, or the people you're after, right? And ask yourself, am I putting out the content that's going to attract them to me? And please smash that like, share, comment. Thanks for all your love. I appreciate you, winners. And just a quick, if I can just jump in as well and just do a quick sell on you, winners, if you don't mind. Just so you know, every month we run a LinkedIn Influencer Mastery Workshop, premium LinkedIn workshop. You're going to love it. If you're interested in our workshop, send me a link. So send me a message afterwards. I can send you some details, or check out edwardsear.com. And we've also got a fantastic LinkedIn Influencer mentoring program. So if you're interested in our workshops or our mentoring program, or both, check out edwardsear.com or reach out to me. And make sure you connect with Lassie as well, because Lassie has got her Boss Ladies meet up tomorrow, which is fantastic. So for those in Sydney, she's got Boss Ladies on tomorrow. We've got Cindy Saunders with us. Cindy Saunders, Executive Leader Coach, welcome. And Cindy shared her website. Friends, share your website. Say hello. Please network and connect with each other, as well as enjoying Edward's Ear. Give you straight from his heart and his soul on LinkedIn. You got any questions? Pop them in the chat, because I need to hear from you, because you're awesome and you're very attractive. Number three, this is actually what I spend most of my days doing these days. So if I actually look at my business time, right, I would say most of my business time is actually speaking to one-on-one people now, right? And this is something, the penny only really dropped on me 6 months ago. Cindy Saunders, we love your work, my friend. But this penny drop really only dropped on me probably about maybe 3 to 6 months ago. I started really thinking, and I'll just be honest with you, winners always are. Yes, I'm all famous and all that, but my business was growing in a very patchy way, and I just simply wasn't earning the money that I know I should be. And what I realized is that I am not speaking to enough people one-on-one, right? Pure and simple. And one of the big changes I made only recently is that one of my KPIs and my daily key performance activities is to reach out to at least 50 people a day. So I love reaching out to at least 50 people a day. And when I started doing that, guess what? If you reach out to 50 people a day, one of those people turn into a business opportunity, right? And some days I get no clients, but you know what? I get a few new clients every week now, and it's fantastic. And it makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me because, at the end of the day, there's heaps of clutter out there. There's heaps of competition. And thank you for tuning in, by the way. You're very attractive and brilliant. But the way that it goes is that people need to really feel a connection with you. And when you speak to someone one-on-one, that's when you build that true relationship. And if they need what you're selling, they'll consider you. And that's a big thing because someone may like you. And there's a lot of people out there there's a lot of people that like me, but they don't necessarily need what I'm selling. I get it. I sell quite a niche, right? But the ones that like me and need what I'm selling, they are very engaged. And if you're one of our clients, I just want to say a big thank you. All clients would be, I appreciate you. We've got Brenda Holder, if you share a website. We've got Buntavi from Thailand. Wow. Tell me where you're from, by the way. Tell me in the chats where you're from. I want to know. And Cindy Saunders, you are an amazing lady. Big welcome. And thank you for being live with us. We got to speak to people one-on-one, which is very important. There's a typo here. Be continually seen by them, not then by them. And this is one thing that I want to sort of explain to a lot of people, right? And I know this sucks. A lot of you aren't going to like it, but I'm here to tell you the truth and help you succeed, not make you feel good. Well, I want to make you feel good as much as I can, but I need to tell you the truth as well. A lot of people, and I've been guilty of this, a lot of people think, and I used to think this all the time, if I do that one thing, if I do that one post, if I hold that one webinar or event, it's going to turn everything around and create the life that I want. And I'm here to take a big pin and burst your bubble. I used to think that too. I always used to think, oh my God, these famous people, look at these famous people. They did that one big thing and they got lucky and they took off. No, actually, if you look at a lot of famous people, right, they have done a lot of hard work and little steps to get where they are. And Ryan McFarlane, we've got Ryan McFarlane with us, and Ryan McFarlane makes a brilliant point. And pardon me if I'm looking down, I'm actually on my phone. Look at that. Doesn't LinkedIn look beautiful on a mobile phone? I gotta say, LinkedIn used to suck a lot on mobile, but you know what? The smart company, Microsoft, are in the zone. But Ryan McFarlane says this: lives are good. One-on-one is the way to go. Exactly. So what I try and do is if I can do two or three LinkedIn lives a week, and they get thousands of views, and that's a key thing. It's not just a one-off, right? That's going to make you all famous. It's that continual exposure. And Ryan McFarlane makes another great point. One-on-ones is getting down to business and help sets new numbers and goals. Exactly. Okay. So, for example, I've already done this today, which is good, but I'll keep going. So I've only got one quick phone meeting later on, but I got no meetings in today per se. But later on, I'm going to reach out to more and more people because if I can, I love to reach out to 100 people a day, right? Because when I do, that's when business comes and opportunities flow. Because you want to be continually seen. A great place to start is by posting once a day on LinkedIn. And here's the other interesting point. This is going to vary for a lot of everyone. This is a very general statement that a lot of you are going to read differently. Have an offer that is very enticing. What does that mean? Well, at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in the shoes of the people you're talking to. Okay, so you put yourself in the shoes of the people you're talking to. And the simple question is that are you offering something that's enticing? If you're looking for a promotion or you're career driven, are you talking to recruiters and general managers and HR people in a way that will actually appeal to them, right? That's question number one. If, let's say, you're running a business and you're trying to sell something, be it a product or a service, right? Are you selling that in such a way that's going to grab those people? And these are the questions I really want to ask you, my friends. Like, you got to really, really think that through. Are you selling do you have an offer that's enticing, right? Are you a good candidate to get hired or promoted? Because if you don't feel that way, you need to look in the mirror and make some changes to make yourself that person. The second point is as well, my legendary friends, if you're selling a business or service, right, product or service, do you feel good about it? Do you feel right behind it? These are some of the things you need to do. And if you just come in, my friends, we've got heaps of people watching live. Big thank you. Smash that like, share, and comment. And if you're watching the recording as well, message me anytime. And quick sell as well. We've got fantastic LinkedIn workshops and mentoring programs. If you're interested, send me a message on LinkedIn and we can have a chat and get you all sorted. Number 6, I said this before, but I'll say it again. Would you buy you? I'll say it again. Simple question. And tell me what you think. Honestly, would you buy you? Because I ask a lot of people this, and a lot of people say, no, I wouldn't. Now, if you answer yes to this question, I've got the first thing to say is, why would they buy you? Not just because you think you're awesome or you looked in the mirror and said that a million times, but give me some actual tangible reasons. Because the more you understand those tangible reasons will make you more effective in what you do. But the no to that is that, let's say you answer no to that. And I used to answer, and by the way, I'm not having a shot at you. I used to feel this way too. So please don't think I'm attacking you. Far from it. I've been there. I'm relating to you, right? But if you answer no, right, let's say you answer no to this. What does that mean? You're not going to buy you. Well, it's time to make some changes. It's time to look at what you're doing. It's time to ask some serious questions. How can you improve what you're doing? How can you get it to the point where you feel, yes, I would buy me? Brenda Holder, we love your work. We've got Brenda Holder with us. And if you just come in, smash that like, share, comment. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, you let me know because I want to hear them. And number 7, I want to spend a bit of time on this one, actually. It's kind of funny. This is kind of one of my favorite sort of topics. Disconnect from those who don't like you. Disconnect from those that don't like you. And this goes for Facebook and all the other platforms too. But why would I do a whole slide on this? And actually, I want to spend a bit of time on this, right? Spend a bit of time on this because I've found people that look, most people like me and thank you. Some people don't like me. That's fine, right? But what the problem I have is that when people don't like me, they stay connected. Okay. That's the problem that I've got. Because if you don't like me, I don't want to be connected to you and I want to have nothing to do with you. Right. And likewise as well, I want us to both love each other. That's what I want. I want to be surrounded by people and we all get along and we all relate, because if I'm not for you, that's awesome. But if I am for you, that's awesome too. And this is what I say when we've got to take the power of it. And I had an interesting one, right? So in Australia, there's sort of 2 major political parties. They're I hate to say it, they're honestly not that different these days. You have the Labor Party and the Liberal Party, right? One centre left, one centre right. Unfortunately, they're both very similar right now. So, in a lot of Western countries, you've got 2 political parties and sometimes they just do the same thing with different colours and you're meant to feel differently about it. So I'm more of a Liberal, which is more the sort of centre right wing, as you can probably tell. Albeit they haven't been the best party lately. I'm still a supporter. Call me stupid, huh? Anyway, this lady connected with one of our friends and clients and wrote this. My friend and client doesn't even know this lady. They just connected on LinkedIn. And she wrote this big, long message about how she doesn't like me and doesn't like me because I support the Liberal Party. Like, doesn't like me because of my political views. Thanks for that. So tolerant they are, aren't they? But what's interesting is that my friend then sent me this saying, who the hell is this lady? And he ended up blocking her. But what's interesting is that this lady was still connected to me. So she doesn't like me. She doesn't like me for my political views. So inclusive, right? But they remain connected. It's like, of course, I then blocked her right away once I got the message. But here's a big thing, right? And that's where I take the power back to. If someone doesn't like you, disconnect from them. It's time to move on, and I'll explain to you why. Because what happens is people don't like you are toxic. They suck your energy. They're going to drain you completely. And what it does is it distracts you from the people that really matter. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned. People that are toxic and don't like you and that sort of thing, they're going to distract you from the people that matter. And by the way, if you don't like someone as well, disconnect from them as well. Like the blade cuts both ways. Like if, disconnect from people you don't like. But if someone doesn't like you and they want to disconnect from you, it's awesome. Now, an interesting one, actually, a funny story of the other side. I'm all good with this. So this person just didn't like me on LinkedIn and they disconnected me. Right? Awesome. Please disconnect from me. I'm all for that. But what was funny about it, they rocked up at one of my business networking meetups and they sort of spoke to me and they're acting all awkward and stuff. And I didn't bring it up. They knew I knew what was going on. Like, oh, hey, Ed. And I'm like, hey, right. And they know what's going on. They know I'm onto them. And that bit was really stupid. It was just kind of dumb. It's sort of like, hi, Ed, I don't like you. I'm going to disconnect from you, but I'm still going to come to your events. and I'm going to expect things to be all comfortable between us. It's like, of course they're not. I know you hate me. Maybe I should kick you out of my event. But you see where I'm going, right? I'm just saying, you want to be, A, don't stay connected to people that you don't like. And B, if people don't like you, let them disconnect from you. And it's fine. It's like, you don't like us, you don't like me, good. Oh my God, we've got James Pertron with us. And this slide brings this whole, oh my God, we've got Lee Newton Rhodes with us. Lee Newton Rhodes, welcome. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. And this goes for Facebook and Instagram as well. Every day I'm always removing a few people that don't like me for whatever reason, which is totally cool. So, my friends, there you go. Here are some of my thoughts in today's LinkedIn Live, and so good having you with us. So, let's go do a quick recap. Number one, we spoke about using LinkedIn to attract high-value opportunities with Edwards here. Tom Edwards here. Number one, have the best profile ever. Number two, put out content that will attract the person you want. Oh, my God. Alison Sonneveld. Alison, I was thinking about you. And while I've got you, Alison, just a quick one, my legendary friend. Alison, love your work. Alison's a great friend of mine. Her and her sister go, we know each other for over 20 years. Now, Alison, we've got our Canberra meetup next Wednesday. Love to see if you're around, but love your work, Alison. You're amazing. But you want to put out content that will attract the person you want. Are you actually, and you've got to ask yourself the hard questions. Am I putting out content that's going to attract the right people to me? So important. Number three is speak to people one-on-one. Now, interestingly, with Alison with us, and Alison's an amazing lady. Alison, great seeing you. Next Wednesday, we've actually got our Canberra Business Networking Meetup. And what yours truly is going to be doing is I'm going to be working my butt off, as I do. I've got a lot of work to do tonight, actually. So tonight, I'm going to be messaging over 150 people, inviting them to our Canberra Business Networking Meetup. And that's, to me, the one-on-one. And no sweat, Alison. Alison's a very busy, successful consultant, amazing lady. But Alison, we love you. And everyone, connect my friend Alison. She's an amazing lady. But I've been thinking about you, Alison, and I'm pumped to see you. And as I was saying on a funny note, I've been friends with Alison's sister for over 20 years. I was actually talking to Belinda. I was talking to wonderful Belinda today, amazing lady. You want to be continually seen. Right? And that's one of the reasons why I post every day. That's why I do a few LinkedIn Lives a week. So what I find is a lot of people will tend to do a LinkedIn Live here and there. And I was doing that for a while. I was just doing LinkedIn Live sporadically. And I realized for the LinkedIn Lives to really, really work, I need to do them on a more continual basis. So I had a big change in what I was doing and I've been getting into it. And my friends as well, you want to have an offer that is very enticing. Alison Sonneveld, you are an amazingly powerful lady. Love you heaps. You're incredible. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. If you've got any LinkedIn or sales or networking questions, bump in the chat. So we focus on 3 areas: LinkedIn, business networking, and sales. If you've got any questions about that, pop them in the chat because I'd love to do my best to help answer them. Can I answer all your questions? No, but I'll try and give you some great, at least clarity as much. But have an offer that's very enticing. If you're going for a job, why should they hire you? Really got to think that through. If, let's say, you've got a product or service that you're selling, why should people buy it? Now, these are the difficult questions you need to ask yourself, because as you ask yourself your questions, you do a better job of everything. And it brings me to the next point. Would you buy you? You're either going to buy you or you're not. And number 7, disconnect from those toxic people. Take the first step, disconnect from them. And also, too, likewise, a blade cuts both ways. If someone disconnects from you, don't get angry or upset about it. I used to get really cut by it. That's my own insecurity coming out. But eventually I grew up and realized, hang on, Ed, you're acting like a 4-year-old. If someone doesn't like you, that's awesome. Stay away from them. And hopefully they'll stay away from you. But again, the funny thing I like about this one is you get people that don't like you, but they stay connected to you and they still talk to you. It's like, look, you hate me. Just leave me alone. I think some people are just nuts. So there you go. So, my friends, there you go. Those are some of my thoughts. We're going to finish up in the next moment or two. So, if you've got any questions or thoughts, put them in the chat right now. So I'd love to hear it. Now, quick one. We've got fantastic LinkedIn Influencer Mastery workshops. We've got a great LinkedIn Influencer program. If you're interested in being coached and mentored by us, just send me a message on LinkedIn. We can get you all sorted out. The other thing as well is we've got a bit of cool stuff coming up. Lassie has got her Boss Ladies lunch tomorrow. For those in Sydney, we'd love to see you. This Thursday, we've got our networking Zoom. And next Wednesday, we've got our Canberra meetup and then our Brisbane meetup. So we've got a lot of cool stuff coming down. And, of course, we'd be honoured to have you with us. So, friends, I just want to say a big thank you. This has been a shorter live, only a mere 25 minutes. But you know what? Some are short, some are long. But as long as they involve you, I'm very happy. Friends, stay awesome. Thank you for watching as always. I appreciate you winners, and bless your amazing hearts and keep up the winning. And I love your work.